Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Godzilla Nid, welcome in. Thank you for coming back. Good to see you again. And Flux and Greg, good to see y'all as always. Flux says you're doing decent. Good, good, good. Alrighty. Gray says sleepy, but alright. Cool, cool. Nice. Well, it's really great to see y'all. Don't mind me, I'm just getting a couple things set up here in the periphery. Let me see here. I always think to myself, Christian, you'll have plenty of time to do all this, so like don't worry about it. And then I always forget something during my setup. That's okay though, because it gives us all a good opportunity to chat with each other. Get to know how everyone's day had gone up until this moment. I hope everyone had a good Thursday. I don't know about y'all, but Thursday tends to be my favorite day of the week. I tend to like it a little bit more than Friday. I don't know what it is, but like historically, when Thursdays have always been like a pretty decent day for me, and I hope it was a pretty decent day for y'all too. First and foremost, one thing I must absolutely 100% mention at the top of this stream, we reached our previous sub goal, guys. Thank you so much for helping me to reach my sub goal of 50 subs by right now. We did it, and I really appreciate y'all subscribing, sharing the channel, you know, getting the word out there and helping me to, you know, reach this goal. So now, as you can see, I have reset the sub goal now. I have set it now to 100 subscribers. I think it would be really great if we could get to 100 subscribers within the next month. So that would be on May 6th, 2023. So if y'all could help me out with that by telling your friends, telling your family, sharing this channel, especially if you like what you saw here tonight, that would be really helpful. And as always, of course, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and also hit that notification bell so that way you know exactly when I go live, which is going to be every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, now daylight time. And don't forget to leave a like too, because it helps out with the algorithm. Lord knows we need help with the algorithm nowadays. So what are we doing here tonight? Well, tonight we are going to be finishing our Sisters of Battle. This is going to be the last stretch of painting these particular gals, and then we'll be free to move on to other things here, which is very exciting. I was looking the other day and I realized that this is my 8th consecutive week of streaming now. Which is really exciting. I can't believe it's already been like 2 months since I started this. And yeah, I was expecting this to take honestly a little bit longer. I thought it would take me like 10 streams worth of time to finish this, but like I'm like simultaneously moving faster and like also a bit more slowly through this project than I thought I would. And since, you know, like now this will be like the 8th stream, we stream for about 3 hours every night. I guess that means that the total completion time for this project will be about 24 hours, which is about on par with how fast I tend to move through projects. And usually I classify projects by like each individual box of models, where there'd be 10 models like these Sisters of Battle, 5 models, etc., you know. So it's all very very exciting stuff. Let's see, what else did I do today? I had work today, worked from home today, which was nice. Enjoyed a box of Thin Mints sent to me from home, which is why you can see those in the background. I do believe they are indeed the superior Girl Scout cookie, in fact. What did I do? I went to my local game store today to not only buy myself a little treat, but also this little treat of mine will come into play later on with a future project that I plan on doing on this channel. I won't really say what that is yet, but stay tuned for more details on all of that. It suffices to say though that I am very much excited to get to future projects. And while I was there, I actually... Where did I put it? Ah, here it is right here. I'll go ahead and switch to the other camera view so I can show y'all. Pick all these up. Switch my camera here. And there we go. So... Today I actually went to the Warhammer store because of my 3 local game stores. Hey, welcome in, good to see you. Of the 3 local game stores around me, or here in the city really I should say, they're not very close to me. This was the only one, the Warhammer store was the only one that had what I was looking for. So like, con, I had to pay full GW price for what I was going for today. But that's okay, because I've been saving up for a while for it anyway, and it was nice to make a hobby purchase. It's been a while since I've actually like bought stuff for hobbying, and as anyone who's in this hobby, whether it's with Warhammer or any other miniature line, knows, you know, it does something for you a little bit when you're able to like get that purchase you've been saving up for. At the Warhammer store, what they do is they give you these collectible coins, like this one right here. This is the one that I got today. Whenever you spend a certain amount of money at the store, that certain amount of money being $100 or more. So there you go. Gives you an idea of how much I spent on myself today. I think it's a really cool coin. I really like the look of it. It's a coin representing the Seraphon faction from Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which is like the fantasy version, the fantasy counterpart to Warhammer 40k, also produced by Games Workshop. This is actually not my only coin in my collection. I actually have a few of these. I have... I think I have 7 now at that point. At this point. Yeah. Got 7 coins here. These are my 7 little collectible coins, so nice little addition to the collection right there. I was a big coin collector as a kid. So like when I learned for the first time that they like do this sort of thing, I was like, oh, they got me good. They got my motherfucking phone number with this shit right here. But yeah, so we got one more coin added to our collection today, and in some ways I'm low-key a bit more excited about this coin in a sort of irrational way than I am about the models I bought today. I love little collectible coins and stuff. Godzilla says, oh, you got the Nids coin too. Oh, that's dope. I feel like very on brand for you, given that you are in fact a Godzilla Nid. Yeah, I got the Tyranids coin. I think I got the Tyranids coin. I had bought a present for my girlfriend back when she was getting into Warhammer for the first time. She's also a Tyranids collector and player. So this was right around the time when the Tyranid 9th edition codex came out. That's why they had the Tyranid coin. I can't remember what it was that I got her. I think it wasn't the Combat Patrol, but I think I got her a couple sets of models though, because she was looking for kind of like the bigger bug. She's kind of going more elite with her Tyranid force, you know, instead of more hordy. Hordy meaning like a bunch of smaller creatures versus like fewer bigger creatures, which would be the more elite version, for those of you who don't know. But yeah, that's a bit about my day. Other than that, I just kind of chilled out, relaxed, decompressed. It's been a very busy week at work. Very stressful week at work, I'm not gonna lie. But you know, the weekend's almost here. Thank goodness it is. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into our painting here, and while I do that, as always, I'd love to hear a little bit more about y'all's day if you're willing to share, of course. So yeah, hit me with it if you're down. What we're gonna be doing now, let's see. Godzilla Nid says, I love using Nidzilla lists. Ah, nice. What's your favorite big bug, out of curiosity, Godzilla? And if you have more than one, feel free to list all of them if you got them. Yeah, they seem like they're really fun to use. I'm particularly wary of the Tyrannofex. I've played against it before, and that did not end well. In one shot, my Castigator and one of my Sororitas Rhinos, one each in a round of combat. So that was interesting. So what are we going to be doing right now? So right now, my goal, my aim here is to, first of all, find my size 0 paintbrush. Here's my size 0 right here. So we're gonna use using our smaller paintbrush, our smallest paintbrush, our size 0 paintbrush. I'm just going to be going around the models, going to be doing some light touch-ups and a little bit of highlighting work. Not a dramatic amount of highlighting work, honestly. Just because, again, these are like still rank and file troops, so like I don't need them to be like super duper parade ready or anything like that. But you know, I do want to make them pop a little bit, so we're going to do a little bit of highlighting around like some of the key edges here, and then we're going to paint the base. Godzilla says Barb, Herajewel, and the Dimachron. Oh, nice. Is the Dimachron, is that that's a Forge World model, right? I don't think I think I've seen it on the Forge World website when I was like browsing one day. So I don't think I've seen it on the main Games Workshop website. My paper towel. Just realized I forgot to put my paper towel down. Or almost forgot. Okay. Get this brush ready real quick. Like so. Alright. We're gonna keep these highlights really simple. They are both Forge World. Okay, cool. Gotcha, gotcha. Nice. I've never really built a I've never built a Forge World model before. What are your thoughts on like the building and painting experience with those models? Because they're made of resin, right? Is my understanding. I haven't looked too deeply into Forge World myself. I was saying before that for our highlight tone, we're just going to mix some of our good old friend Pale Sand back with our original base tone for our armor, which is the Celestian Blue right here. Ooh, a Malice Scepter. Very nice. I like the Malice Scepter model. I think that's one of the cooler looking big bugs. I like it, and the Exocrine a lot are really, those are two really cool looking NIDS models in my opinion. It's difficult. You need to use super. Oh wow, super glue. Okay. And wear gloves. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I think I remember reading somewhere. Maybe it was like on Reddit. About how like Forge World construction can be like a little bit messy. And then the worst case is like kind of hazardous. The Malice Scepter is completely busted. Yeah, that explains a lot of why it's kind of not hard to find, but like I haven't seen it in stores in a minute. I'm guessing that's for good reason. Oh shoot, I don't know how that happened. Got a whole bunch of paint on my fingers just now. Let's see. I just want to take this and I want to just use this real quick to mix. I'm gonna mix our colors right there. What makes the Malice Scepter itself so busted, out of curiosity? I've never played against it. I just have heard that it's busted without knowing many of the details. Godzilla. 12 mortals a turn. What? Oh my god. 12 mortals a turn? Bro, and that's like, it can do that every turn? Like, that's not like a once per game thing, like it can just dish out 12 mortals every turn? Dang, 12 mortals a turn. What the heck? Okay. So now we're going to take this highlight tone here. And we are going to just find, hold on, let me roll off some of that real quick. We're just going to find some of our higher edges here. It has a psychic ability where every 7 or higher on a psychic ability or action is 3 mortals to a unit within 12 inches. Oh my god. Wow. That is that's busted. That's pretty busted. Because see, like, sisters, we have kind of a mortal wound engine in the form of the canoness, a certain canoness build where you equip her with the brazier of holy fire, which if you like get like a 6 to wounded, like it can deal like I think up to 16 mortal wounds in a single turn, but the brazier of holy fire is only a once per game weapon that she can fire. So you have to like bank it all on one shot, otherwise it's just not gonna, you're not gonna be able to use it again. But that's like the closest thing that sisters really have to that. You need to use a few CP to pull it off though, I bet. Yeah, and it's 220 points. Wow. I mean, honestly though, for 12 mortal wounds to a unit within 12 inches, I don't know. I feel like 220 points. I mean, that does seem like, I'm guessing the Maliceptor must have gotten nerfed in the in previous data slates like pretty severely. Still sounds like it's worth the points though, because of this like having a free mortal wound sources. Not a free mortal wound source, but having like such a powerful mortal wound source, I can't imagine is ever really like a bad thing, you know. Sisters, we pay 280 points to use Morven Vol in our lists if we ever use her, and she doesn't have nearly as much mortal wound potential. She's got other great things like chapter master rerolls and her ability to fight once per game, but like it got nerfed like 3 times, I bet. How long did it take for the Maliceptor to be nerfed after like the Tyranid Codex, the 9th edition Codex was released, out of curiosity? Also, just to say, so what I'm doing right now is I'm really just going like perpendicularly across the edges that I find that I want to highlight. I'm just being very gentle and just like putting my brush just right across without really slowing down, right across the edge. Gives me a nice little highlight wherever I want to put it. It's also a big model though, so it's easy to hit. But yeah, that begins to balance it out a little bit then for sure. How many wounds is it? How many wounds is the Maliceptor? Let's see, I see the little like shiny bit right here, so I'm gonna paint that too. I'm basically looking for whichever spots are catching the most light, and I'm placing my highlights down there. Like that reflection right there. This reflection right here. Yeah. That reflection right there. We'll put a little bit on the gloves right here. And we don't need a ton of highlighting, just enough to indicate it. 15 wounds, toughness 8. Wowie. That's a pretty tough cookie to crumble there that y'all got. Okay. Alright. Alright. That's enough highlights right there. Our sister superior. Let's move on to Jan now, our girl Jan. Come a long way with good old sister Jan, haven't we, y'all? And has a psychic action for -1 to hit. Dang. No wonder they nerfed that thing. Hey, Ultralord, what's good, bro? How you doing? Godzilla Nid here was just telling me about the awe and majesty of the Maliceptor, or Tyranids, and the truly, dare I say, vile things that thing can do in a single turn of combat. What with like 12 mortal wounds and all for a few CP. Jan looks great. Thank you, E. Appreciate you. Hey, Zeal, what's good, sis? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Godzilla Nid and I here, we're just talking shop a little bit about a couple of Warhammer things, specifically about some big bugs. Flux says, oh my OMG, the Ultralord 20. Oh my god, dude. Y'all crack me up. Y'all truly crack me up. Let's see. I'm gonna give her a little helmet shine right there, because why not? I can. Oh yeah, that thing is scary. Yeah, yeah. Or according to what Godzilla did has been telling me, yeah, I don't think I'd ever want to stare that thing down. I was recalling the time that I was telling you about the other night, about how like that Tyrannofex and that Battle Royale game I played, like one shot, like in one turn, I saw a one shot a Disco Lord, and then it turned toward me, and it one shot my rhinos, and I was like, oh, oh, I'm in danger. This is not very good. What was I gonna ask? Oh, I was gonna ask you, Godzilla Nid, how did you get started with Tyranids? What was like the first model that you acquired for your army? Model or models? There we go, that's a much better spot highlight. Tell you what though, this edge highlighting, even though it's not perfect, it is definitely better than what I used to do, for sure. My edge highlighting has gotten a lot better. The sisters are looking dope too. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're almost done. I was explaining before that all we got left to do is apply some final highlights, which is what I'm doing right now. And then from there, all we have to do is paint the bases, and then we're done. These sisters are finally done after that. So get hype, because we are nearing the finish line for sure. I almost forgot something on Jan. As a quick aside, I will say one of the more annoying things about painting for me, even though I love painting so much, is the painting of the bases always ends up taking longer than I think it will, like almost every time without fail. Which is in one way hilarious to me, and another way it's just like, bruh. Another way it's just kind of like, bruh. There we go, just hit the knee pad right there. Let's see. Question for the entire chat. I think I ask this just about every time. Let's see. Godzilla Net says, back at the end of 8th, I got the starter set and painted them up. Then I went down to my local games workshop and saw the start collecting box. The rest is history. Nice, nice. Yeah, my girlfriend got started with the start collecting box, the old one that had the Trigon in it. Yeah, from there she was hooked. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say before, question for the chat. As always, I'm curious to know what's one thing everyone's looking forward to this week, out of curiosity, as we or maybe it's for the weekend, now that this week is almost at its end. Would love to know if anyone's got anything to share. I love the Moloch. Yeah, the Moloch. That is such a cool model. I gotta say, like, when I saw that thing for the first time, I was like, dang, do I want a Tyranid army myself? I was like, nah, I got too much other shit to paint. As is always the story, right? What was I gonna say? I really liked the Moloch, and then I saw the Exocrine too. I was like, oh dang. I don't know, guys, that's a pretty dope model. Ultralord is planning on seeing the D&D movie this weekend. That is exciting. I want to see that too. I've heard a lot of good things. I was convinced by a friend of mine to go see the Super Mario movie tomorrow night, so I will report back on how that goes. Flux says, doing a commercial shoot for a friend's fashion show on Sunday. Oh, that's dope. Zeal says, I'm going to the baby shower of a family friend, but mostly I'm just waiting to hear back from the oh, that's right, you're still waiting to hear back about the jobs you applied for at the library and at the Stimson Center. Best of luck to you on that. Godzilla and it says, my birthday is coming up, and I'm going to be playing a local tourney with some friends, so that's going to be fun. That's awesome, dude. Happy early birthday. I hope you have a blast with your birthday. Birthdays should always be fun, of course, and I hope, like, whatever you want that day to be, I hope that day will be exactly that and nothing more and nothing less. Grace says sitting in the park. Dope. Let's see. Godzilla Nid says, also gonna try and finish my Death Guard. Nice. How are you painting your Death Guard, Godzilla Nid? Are you gonna use like a canonical color scheme? Or of course. Are you gonna use a canonical color scheme, or are you gonna use like a custom one? What are we thinking here for our ye old grandsons of Nurgle? Okay. Next, sister. Oh, also one thing I want to point out about this sister. I know I mentioned kind of last stream that I was feeling kind of skittish about how her skin tone was turning out, but honestly, like now that the paint is like fully dried and cured, it looks great. I noticed that as I was getting ready for stream tonight, I was like, oh shoot, that actually turned out really great. So, you know, happy about that. Just goes to show that sometimes these things will take time. As with many other things. Her knee pad's kind of bent out of shape. I just noticed that. Interesting. A bruised flesh color as a base, pastel blue armor, and a silver trim with some rust. Ooh. I like the sound of that. That's dope. Do you have do you post your do you post pictures of your work anywhere, Godzilla Nid, out of curiosity? Or nah? Oh, I'm so glad I noticed that. I just realized there's a purity seal on this sister that I'm gonna definitely have to paint. That's okay, we'll paint that last once we get through all the rest of the highlights. I almost always forget about those. I got an Insta where I post my art and some of my minis. Ah, dope. Well, if you would like to, yeah, I was gonna say drop the app, please. I would love to check it out. I will check it out after I hop offline for the night. Okay, I think that's all I want to hit on this one. Godzilla Nid, easy enough to remember. Thus I will not forget. Also, y'all, tell me why my building management decided to finally turn on the heat when it reached 71 degrees here in the city today. Goodness. That's why I'm in a tank top right now, because I'm actually burning up in here right now on the low. Okay. Let's see. Also, incidentally using this highlighting step to cover up some slightly smaller mistakes that I made on my armor in previous steps. There we go. Let's see. Whew. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about before, about movies and such. Yeah, so I'm going with a group of people to see Super Mario Brothers tomorrow night. So we shall see how that goes. What's my favorite model in all 40K? Mine's the horusheresy. Oh, the horusheresy is a nice model. Let's see. It's really easy to say the Triumph of Saint Catherine because that model is just like truly stunning with like all of its, you know, like complex parts and whatnot. But personally, my favorite model is the Necron Canoptek Doomstalker. I think it's just one of the coolest looking things in the game. Enough said. Yeah, I love me the Canoptek Doomstalker. In fact, I have a small collection of Necrons that I started in part because a friend of mine was looking to buy one of the starter sets and wanted to go halvesies on the set. He wanted the Space Marines, and I was like, cool, I'll take the Necrons if you want to sell them to me. So I did. Then I saw the Canoptek Doomstalker. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. And so I got one. I know it's not the best model in the game. I know it's like really, really, really bad on the table. But to me, that does not matter. I think it is one of the coolest looking models in the entire game. And yeah, the horusheresy is a really dope model. I think the level of detail that they achieved on that is just like, that's just great. That's just fantastic. Just fantastic. Ultralord, what's yours? I think you told me once upon a time, but I don't remember if you did or not. If I had to pick a third one, if I had to round out like a top 3, I think my other favorite model in the entire game, I'm trying to think. My other favorite model, I think Mortarion. I think Mortarion is a really cool model too. Especially with his wings. Gosh, that's a hard question. Yeah, I figured it would be for you, man. I figured it would be. Give it a shot though. What the heck, you know? I also really like Morty. Yeah, Morty's dope. I really like the like I said, I really like the wings. Also like his scythe. I forget what it's called. That's really cool. Oh, you have Morty. Dope. Nice. Yeah, I would love to, I think, paint that model one day. Even if I don't like paint Death Guard in general, I think I do eventually want to get a Mortarion, honestly, because, and I feel the same way about Magnus too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Demon Primarchs. I don't really know how I feel about Angron yet. I'm still kind of formulating my opinion on Angron as a model, but I do really like Morty and Magnus. Silence. That's what the scythe is called. That's right. That's right. I remember that because I was staring at Mortarion's data sheet on Wahapedia the other day. I really like the Imperial Knights. Probably the Quester Knight. Oh yeah, the Quester Knight's cool. I actually saw that in the store today when I went. I came really close to picking up Morty the other. Hey, Nikki, welcome in, man. Came really close to picking up Morty the other day. Ah, why didn't ya? Come on. Nah, I'm kidding. I know that feeling. I'm sure we all know that feeling. Perhaps a little too well. Let's see. What do I want to do here? What else do I want to hit while I'm here? Hit that spot right there. We were just talking, Nikki, about our favorite models. What are like some of the coolest looking models in our opinion. I said that my favorite was the Canoptic Doomstalker from the Necron's army. Godzilla was saying his is the Godzilla was saying theirs is the Haruspex, and then Ultralord was saying that his is the Quester from the Imperial Knights. What about you, Nikki? You got one? When the Avatar of Cain was remodeled, I had the urge to pick him up. Oh, yeah. That model is pretty sick. I was so surprised. I didn't realize that like anything like that existed kind of like in the lore of the Eldari and everything like that. I think it's still nevertheless really dope though. I don't know too terribly much about the Eldari and everything though. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever played against an Eldari army. Not sure. I think the model that convinced me to start painting was Celestine. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I love Celestine. And she's actually coming down the pipeline in a future project in this series. So stay tuned for that, y'all. I think if you were here, like, I think it was like 2 or 3 streams ago, I talked about how my plan is to work my way up to doing a non-metallic metal paint job of my Celestine, which is currently sitting on my shelf over to the left of me right now. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting to work on her finally. I think that's going to be a really fun time on the channel when we get there. Okay, let's see. Then after Celestine, we will see where we're at, because at that point I'll finally have 2,000 points worth of sisters ready to play on the tabletop, which will be exciting. I've not played a 2,000 point game of 40k yet, so I'm looking forward to the ability to actually do that once I finish my 2,000 point expansion. I also have a soft spot for the Wraith, for all of the Wraith constructs in the Eldar. I played them when I was younger. The Wraith Knight is also one of my favorite models. Oh, you know what? I have seen the Wraith Knight. I know I said before I don't really know much about the Eldari, but I have seen pictures of the Wraith Knight, or I have seen the Wraith Knights because they were featured in a battle report. Excuse me. They were featured in a battle report I was watching the other day on YouTube. I was like, dang, those things look kind of cool. He once brought 2 Wraith Knights and the Avatar. My uncle plays Eldari, so I experienced it quite a bit. He once brought 2 Wraith Knights and the Avatar. Jeez. I can't imagine that like he had very many points left to spend for his army after that. How many points were you all playing? Do you remember? Godzilla Nid? Then my Maliceptor rocked to the Avatar of Cain and one-shot it. Nice. Very epic. Let's see. I think 2,000 points. Dang, okay. So I'm thinking about like the size of the Wraith Knights relative to everything else, and then the Avatar of Cain, I imagine, is like kind of like sort of like Primarch, Supreme Commander, Lord of War type situation, like kind of level of character for the Eldari, right? So like what? That must have been like, what, at least half of your uncle's army at that point, right? Or am I wrong? Then my Flyrant was blasted to pieces. Rip. Ripperoni. I got a story similar to that with my sisters. Oh, hey, Isabel, welcome in. Oh, don't worry, don't worry, don't apologize for being late. It's all good. We're just getting started over here. We're just chatting. Me, Godzilla, and Nikki, Ultralord. We're all chatting about our favorite Warhammer models. We're also chatting about we're chatting now about Godzilla Nids and his uncle's Eldari, and kind of an epic moment from a game they once played together. Units one-shotting each other left and right. Titans felling titans. Tales of epic proportions. Otherwise, you haven't missed much painting-wise. I'm just here highlighting the armor on all the sisters. And we'll be very soon all done with them, so yeah, you picked a good time to come in. All the same. Thank you for being here, all the same. I was gonna say that a moment like that, similarly to what you were talking about, Godzilla Nid, that I had recently, was I was playing 1.5. I was playing 1.5k against Imperial Guard, and my opponent, in a moment of overextension, decided to bring his Rogel Dorn battle tank out to the middle of the battlefield. I think this is like end of turn 2 going into my turn 3. At this point I had a team of Paragon Warsuits. 3 of them waiting in reserves that haven't walked on yet. Ooh, 3 Exocrines in the same army. That sounds really fun. I was saying that so on turn 3, my Paragon Warsuits with multi-meltas walked onto the battlefield and one-shot the Rogel Dorn. And then my opponent used the shoot-on death stratagem for like Imperial Guard tanks and killed them right back. So they took everything out. I remember there was one time I took 3 Exocrines and shot everything. Dang. Now that's a scary time, because those things are pretty tough, is my understanding. My understanding is that they're like, what? They're also toughness 8, right? If I remember correctly. Maybe I'm wrong. I forget how many wounds they have. I think they're like, if I remember correctly, they're like toughness 7 or toughness 8. So definitely a little bit harder to shoot down. I'm gonna reload this sister real quick, because I noticed while I was highlighting her a little bit of an oopsie daisy that I made that I definitely want to take care of before we go any further here. Actually, we're just gonna use this brush. Actually, no, we'll use the size. Actually, no, we'll use the size 0 since it's already prepared and everything. Just gotta take this. And we're just gonna make sure that's nice and evenly applied on the brush. Toughness 8, 15 wounds each. Okay, wow. Yeah, so very tanky, very tanky. There we go. Made one more slight oopsie right here. So I'm gonna fix that too. Okay, move on. What's the highest armor penetration a single unit of sisters can get? Like just from like a raw data sheet, I think the highest AP we have available to us is anything that can carry a multi-melta. So that's either going to be Paragon Warsuits with multi-meltas or a Retributor squad with multi-meltas. So AP -4 with either D6 or D6 plus 3 damage if you're within half range. So yeah, we can get AP for my understanding, though, is that for Tyranids at least, I think your AP access is like much higher than sisters. Can't y'all get like AP minus like 5 in some cases? If I'm not mistaken. Something ridiculous like that. Any combos? Yeah, there's some pretty decent combos. Let me think. Let me cover this up real quick and I'll get back to you on that. Godzilla. Okay, let me think. Actually, you know what? What about my codex? Because I have, it's harder for me to remember all of them off the top of my head. But I do have, like, I have sections of my codex here bookmarked so that I can remember them when I'm playing a game. I know my favorite combo is the one I kind of alluded to earlier with the Brazier of Holy Fire for the Canoness. So if you're playing Ebon Chalice Sisters, you can, if you have the Ebon Chalice Warlord trait equipped on a character, which is called Terrible Knowledge, you can at any point turn any miracle dice, any Sister's miracle die, into a 6 by discarding another miracle die in your miracle die pool. And then what you do is you take a 6, you give it to the Canoness, and when she's firing the Brazier of Holy Fire, and every wound that it does, hold on, I might be misremembering this. It's like part of it is you get additional wounds on an unmodified wound roll of 6. I think, and then those come in the form of mortals, and then you can also use a stratagem to give her unmodified 6s to hit, score additional hits. I think all in all, it's like on average you can expect about like 8 to 10 mortal wounds to be spewed out of her, or the maximum. I think the maximum potential of them is like, I think 20. No, it's not 24. It's 18. It's 18. But the Brazier of the catch is that the Brazier of Holy Fire can only be fired once per game. The Canoness really is like the source of a lot of like big, like heavy hitting combos, either in shooting or in melee. In melee, if you give her the character upgrade that lets Word of the Emperor, where she targets units to fight last or like fight after her, she can dish out a pretty decent amount of damage, especially like if you're in Bloody Rose. And I think she can get like 24 attacks, not 24 attacks, yeah, like 24 hits in total at a AP minus 3 damage 1. Let's see, for Nids, it's a Kraken, additional AP on charge, and D3 plus 3 on charges. Carnifex with the Chitin Thorns, additional AP for melee, for a max of minus 5 AP, 8 attacks, and 3 damage. That is insane, bro. That is insane. My god. That is intense. Sheesh. Yeah, I'd be terrified. That would I've never gone directly up against Tyranids. In the game I mentioned earlier when I played against Tyranids, that was like a 4-way battle royale. So like, you know, the Tyranid player that was playing with us had like bigger fish, well, not bigger fish to fry, but had other fish to fry. I'm so scared of one day going up against Tyranids in a one-on-one, because they're just gonna wipe the floor with me. Sisters, we have no durability, especially not anymore after they took away Armor of Contempt. That was a huge blow for us. And then they didn't really give us anything back in return for taking away Armor of Contempt either. It also has minus 1 damage. Sheesh. Okay. Dang. Wow. Oh. Another combo is with Seraphim. Not Seraphim, with Zephyrim or Repentia. It's a melee combo. With Zephyrim, if you use a stratagem for 2 CP, you can have them attack at the end of the movement phase, and then they get to then charge later on, as always. And with them and the Repentia, especially if you have like a full squad of 9 Repentia, you can use like the Bloody Rose Warlord trait. and stratagem in conjunction with your Repentia to get like, oh god, I think you can get like up to like 50 hits or something, 50, 60 hits or something like that, all at like AP minus 3, 1 damage each. It's not super insane AP, but like a lot of hit potential there. Melee is the best, that is very true. Sisters are a perfect exemplar of the fact that melee is just really, really good. Especially because out of the 6 sub-factions for Sisters, the Order of the Bloody Rose is the only one that's remotely competitive, which is no big secret to really anybody. Okay. I think we are ready to move on to the next step. Yeah, it's something crazy like that. It's like, because they get additional attacks on charge too. I forgot to mention, it also has to be like on the charge too. That's why you'll often see people like when they're playing against Sisters, they have to like prioritize the Repentia, or at least like if they successfully charge, they gotta like, you know, counter-offensive against them, because it's like if you leave them alone, if you're playing against Bloody Rose Sisters and you see Repentia charging at you, you have to answer that threat. It's the reason why they're the one unit that's gone up in like, they're not the only unit, but that's why like they've been the target of several of the points nerfs that have hit Sisters. He only gets Angron only gets 39 attacks. How the heck does Angron get 39 attacks? That is what I would like to know. Holy cheeser, Batman. What do I need right now? I need a bigger brush, because now we're gonna move into painting the bases finally. And I think we'll just go with this size 7, because I don't really care very much about precision right now. So you can use a big old brush for this one. Make sure that is nice and wet. There you go. Probably gonna need more black paint than that. That black paint's running kinda low. Weapon that doubles his attacks plus some abilities. Gotcha, gotcha. Let's see. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna base coat the base with just some basic black, just to prepare to build our color back up and also mask all the various like little oopsies we've made on the base while painting the Sisters themselves. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build up to like a light gray here, basically, is the aim. What's my favorite discontinued model? My favorite discontinued model, let me think. My favorite discontinued model. I really liked, even though I'm not, the Red Terror, nice. I mean, even though I'm not an Imperial Guard player, I really liked that, like, that old Lord, I think it was like a Lord Castellan or something like that, the one where the guy's kind of like, he looks like he's kind of like, he looks like he could be like Kingpin from Spider-Man, basically, is what I'm getting at. I thought that model was kind of cool. I liked the attitude of it, you know. My understanding is that model is now discontinued. So I'd have to go with that one. Yours are the Red Terrors. I love swallowing things whole. I think I've seen pictures of the Red Terror before. Yarg. Not Yarg, not the Commissar, although oh! You know what, I forgot they discontinued him too. Honestly, I think I'll have to go with him instead, honestly. I think I'm gonna change my answer to Yark now that you've brought him up. No, it was a different dude though. It was a different dude who I was referencing originally. I wish I could remember the specific name of the model for you right now, but it's literally just flying out of my head. Flying out me head. Out me noggin. Sorry about that. Let me see. I might try to find it on Google image search real quick here. Once I get a free minute. I'm gonna just finish coding this in all black here. Or as close to getting every corner in all black as we can get, really. What I should say. Let's see. Wasn't there a theory floating around that Yark is on Angron's necklace? Creed! Creed! Yes, Godzilla Nid. That's the— yes, that is the one. That is the one I was talking about. The old metal typhus. Oh, nice, Ultralord. Yeah, I was I've seen him. I've seen pictures of that one because I think I get recommended posts from like r/DeathGuard40k whenever I go on Reddit. I've seen the old metal typhus. I agree, that was a very sturdy stance that he was in. Let me see if I can find Castellan Creed model, Castellan Creed. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, this is him. Castellan Creed. Not Ursula, not the new Creed, but this guy. Yeah. This dude right here. This is the guy. Creed is Trajan's property now. Oh no, rip. Yeah, but this is the dude right here. I always was a big fan of his cape and his dual pistols and the stance. That was a cool model. Yeah, I've heard that theory though about how Yark is like on Angron's necklace. I think I remember seeing people like talk about how like they want to see like Angron and Ghazghkull kind of like duke it out because like since like Angron killed Yark and everything. Yeah, now it's all coming back to me. I need to catch up on my lore. Or I guess technically this is plot, not so much lore, because these are events that are happening now in the current time of the narrative we're in right now, I should say. Also like that the Vostroyans, I think that's how you spell it, Imperial Guard with gas masks with the bearskin hats. Oh, I've never seen those before. Is that, do you know, Ultralord, do they plan on bringing that, like, regiment into the game? I've seen so many Angron versus Gaz memes. I should go check those out at some point myself. I haven't seen too many of them. I've just seen that people, I've just seen the discourse surrounding that, like, that potential for a fight between the two of them online. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a wee bit of a problem here, I think. I need a toothpick. Need to unclog this bottle of Mechanicum Standard Gray. Or Mechanicus Standard Gray, I should say. Oh yeah, that's one clogged bottle of paint, alright. Oh shoot. And Gaz is coming in. And Gaz is coming in with the chair! Oh my god! There we go. I think that's good enough to get some paint out. Or to start to get some paint out. There we go. Probably not with specific rules, but they had all the infantry options for them in metal when that was the norm. It's just, as someone who was like very new to the game still, it's still so hard for me to conceptualize like what it must have been like to work with like metal models. I mean, it must have been nice in part, because I mean, at least you wouldn't have to, I'm guessing you wouldn't have to like assemble them at that point, right? They just came as like one sort of like unified figurine. Right. Pretty sure you still have to assemble some of the parts. Ah, okay, okay. You said, Isabel says, Anne-Marie played with the metal models in the 80s. Oh, nice. Let's see, the 80s, that's like really early Warhammer if that's the case. We're talking the 80s. Shoot. Shoot, isn't the 40th anniversary of the game like next year? They gotta do it big. They gotta do that big. It's 40K. They gotta do the 40th anniversary up, you know what I mean? I have a few metal models. They have like 4 to 8 pieces. Okay, so it's kind of similar to like fine cast resin, where they're kind of like in a few mostly assembled pieces. Gotcha. Actually, I just assembled some. My wife wanted some Lord of the Ring models, and I built and primed them for her. Oh, that's nice. Which Lord of the Rings models are we talking about here? Farmer Maggot and his dog. Farmer Maggot and his dogs. She'll never paint them, I'm sure. Gotcha, gotcha. That's sick, though. Gotta love the puppy dogs. Gotta love the puppy dogs. Okay, that's good enough for now. Okay, I think for the rest of these I am just going to go straight to the gray. I don't think I'm going to worry about trying to layer on black first or anything like that. Since these are all mostly like gray and black underneath anyway, I don't think I have to worry about really trying that, so... Just going to move on. Just going to move on. Post haste. I am the friend who breaks out into an accent whenever he's feeling nervous. Yes, thank you for asking. Let's see. Me and my friends joke about how he's the strongest model in the game. Why is that, Godzilla nerd? It's funny. Fair, fair. And that's really all the reasoning you need, isn't it? That is all the reasoning you need at the end of the day. Woo, Farmer Man is greater than Demon God. Heard that. Oh. Oof. Yeah, this is why I always save this part for last, because it's really like it's pretty much the easiest part of the painting process, even easier than base coating the models way back at the beginning. Yeah, this is the chiller part, or one of the chiller parts for sure, is painting the bases. BRB, gotta go make some salad to go with the pizza. I got word. Have fun with that. What are my favorite shows? Oh man, I am so glad you asked, Godzilla Nid. Let's see, I have a list. I have a list right here. Let's see. Let me pull this up real quick. Let's see. Oh wow, this list is long. Okay, I won't go through this entire thing. I won't go through this entire list. I'll just go through like some of the highlights. Mr. Robot, 24, Twin Peaks, Star Trek Next Generation, classic favorite of mine, Doctor Who, Avatar, The Last Airbender, and what else we got here? Let me scroll real quick. Yeah, how could I forget the X-Files? Big X-Files fan. Attack on Titan, ah, nice. Atlanta and Psych, ah, a classic favorite. Gray, a classic favorite. I love Attack on Titan. That's one of my top, if we're talking anime, my top 5 favorite anime, no particular order, are Attack on Titan, Steins Gate, Kill la Kill, Cowboy Bebop, and... trying to think. Well, there are technically 2 that I put in this slot, really. Like, there's my very first anime ever, which was School Rumble, which I still to this day find to be absolutely hilarious. But then there's also Code Geass. I freaking love Code Geass. When I watched that show for the first time, it like blew my mind. That was like one of the first anime I ever watched too. It was like the 5th or 6th one I ever watched. Yeah, I love Attack on Titan. I would talk more about it, but I don't want to accidentally spoil things for people who haven't seen it. I know there's some people in the chat here who want to catch up with Attack on Titan, but either haven't or can't yet. So I won't say much more about what's been going on in it lately. Just that's all I have to say is Godzilla says, I've also been watching Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is such a solid show. Only made more magnificent by Ufotables, of course, impeccable animation work. I was first exposed to Ufotables animation work when I watched Fate Stay Night, which is another show I really liked, actually. Not a favorite, but I did really like it though. And that animation was mind-boggling. I'm glad to see that they didn't really hold back with Demon Slayer either. Uniqlo got a new Attack on Titan merch collab, so I'm gonna go there tomorrow. Oh, snap. That's dope. I have to go online later and see what that looks like. I remember a while back, Puma was doing like a Pokemon collab that looked pretty cool. I didn't end up getting anything from that though. anyone who knows me knows I'm not like a terribly like huge clothes guy. Like I go shopping for clothes like twice a year, once for the warm months and again for the cold months. Rinse, repeat, survive. New objective, survive. Anyway. Yeah, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to branch out more with like my fashion sense and whatnot. You know, for funsies, sort of level that up, you know. Yeah, Attack on Titan does get very insane. It do be getting insane though. It do be getting insane. Yeah, I'm jumping you at every chance I get. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. The resident drip king of the friend group right here. The resident swag lord. Oh my goodness. So many bases. So many faces. Let's see. You got any favorite movies Godzilla did, out of curiosity? And y'all got any favorite movies? Ooh, Japanese pop culture class. That sounds cool. What sorts of things are you learning about in that class, Flux? Coraline, a truly goated film. Did not watch Coraline for the very first time until I was a whole 20 years old, because that movie as a kid, like the trailers just creeped me the hell out as a kid. I could not bring myself to watch it. Like it genuinely frightened me, and I couldn't watch it until like a few years ago for the first time. Godzilla, and it says Godzilla versus Destroyer. Hold on, I always have such a hard time pronouncing this name. Destroyer. Oh my god, Destoroyah. That's okay. Final answer on that one. Anyway, Gray says, oh yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox is a fantastic movie. Flux says, we learned about how Hello Kitty is actually a British girl named Kitty White. Also her favorite movie, favorite movie is The Godfather. Ah, yes. This I knew about you. This I knew about you for sure, yes. Did a short film a few months ago, and the color palette used was directly inspired by Coraline. Ooh. That movie is so gorgeously colored, though, I must say. I really love the, like all like the deep blues and like grays and like then like mixed in with like the bright like fluorescent greens and stuff. Ever since I learned like the basics of color grading and color correcting footage, I pay a lot more attention to color in the movies I watch now, because I'm annoyed. Not annoyed, I'm a nerd is what I mean to say. Also like Godzilla versus Biollante. Ooh, very nice. Aliens. Oh, Aliens is so good. I'm a big fan of the first two Alien movies, Nikki. Versus King Ghidorah is also pretty good. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Yeah. I love me some Godzilla movies. I think I fell into watching like a couple of the Godzilla movies because I was a big Power Rangers kid growing up. Power Rangers slash like, you know, Super Sentai and stuff. So like big like kaiju versus like giant robot fights, kind of like my bread and butter as a kid. I was a big Power Rangers kid. I would always want to play Power Rangers at recess with kids at school. And I knew who were my friends back then because it was always the ones who would say yes, who would agree to play Power Rangers with me, or at least that's the metric I used in those days. Those were the days. And I also found Kamen Rider through that too. For me though, my favorite movies, I'll pick like 3. I'll pick one, and like I'll pick a live action American film, or like a live action English language film. I'll pick an animated one, and I'll pick a live action foreign language film. So let me go back to my list here, because I also have a big list of movies that I really like. Yeah, I agree. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla is really, really good. Favorite movies of mine. Okay. So if I had to pick like one live action English language movie, I think mine would have to be, I think my pick would have to be, I'm gonna pick Snowpiercer. I'm gonna pick Snowpiercer for my live action one. For my animated one, I'm going to pick I thought I knew which one I was gonna pick for that, but no. I'll pick Summer Wars. I'll pick Summer Wars by Mamoru Hosoda. I'll pick Summer Wars for my favorite animated one. And then for my favorite foreign language movie, also live action, I'm gonna go with Wong Kar-wai's Fallen Angels. That's a movie I watched pretty recently, like a couple of months ago for the first time, and like, gosh, I've never had like a movie like, I don't know, that movie, it's like living in a big city. I felt like I could really like sympathize with that movie, with like the like recurring theme of like passing meetings, and like they're small in the moment, but like they end up like meaning so much to us. Favorite comic Godzilla nid, easily the Sandman. I love the Sandman comics by Neil Gaiman. I have the whole series. I have a full collection of them. They're currently stashed away in a box because I'm like, I don't have enough room on my shelf right now for them. But yeah, those are my favorite comics. Second favorite would have to be Brian K. Vaughan's Y: The Last Man. Really like that comic series too. I'm a big Vertigo guy. I'm a big Vertigo comics guy. Big fan of Brian K. Vaughan too, as an author. Let's see. Nikki says, I loved Snowpiercer, never gave the show a shot. Yeah, I've never seen the show either, Nikki. I know literally nothing about it. I don't even know what people like said about it. Mine's Godzilla Rules of Earth and Godzilla in Hell. Nice. I've never heard of those, but I'll have to read into them. Imagine being stuck in hell with Godzilla, bro. You think you're safe, and then all of a sudden this motherfucker just pops up. You're like, ah, shit, he's back. And he's probably the one that sent you there in the first place, if we're being for real. Shit. And he kills Satan. Oh, wow. That sounds like a really fun read. That sounds like a really, really, really fun read. Might have to see if that's like available at my library or anything like that. Might have to give that one a look-see. Godzilla goes to hell and kills Satan. Sounds loosely like the plot of one of these video games I've been playing lately, Ultra Kill. Pretty sure he kills God too. God damn. Godzilla had a grocery list and he wasn't leaving until he checked off every item. Now that's what I like to call ambition. Might have just been a weird angel though. That sounds just like Ultra Kill, which is a video game I've been playing recently. Let's see here. Okay. Oof. That reminds me of my one of my favorite chapters from the Sandman, where he like has his duel with Lucifer. it's like all in their heads and shit. Which, when they brought the Sandman to Netflix, I gotta say, they did that scene very, very well, I thought. I think they did a lot of the key moments from the comics really, really well in that adaptation. I'm excited to see season 2. He basically turns into a Doomslayer for a few issues. Sheesh. When was this first released, Godzilla Knit, out of curiosity? Also, I'm now becoming increasingly self-aware of how I say out of curiosity after almost every question I ask in this setting. I don't know why I do that. I guess because I'm just a curious little guy. I want to know more about things. Hollywood stars and celebrities, or Hollywood stars and celebrities, I should say. Do they know things? Let's find out. Sandman on Netflix changed my life for real. I should read it. You should, E. You should. You should. And if you're ever in the city again, I will deadass let you borrow my books. Because I've had them for like 7 years at this point. I think I've had the full series collected for like the last 7 years. So I can go without them for a little while. If you ever want to borrow them so you can read it, highly, highly recommend. That is an experience I wish for all the important people in my life to have, is to read The Sandman. I think The Sandman, and then like also Saga, the Saga series by Brian K. Vaughan is, in my opinion, a must-read. Especially if you're like not someone who's like really watched, or not watched, oh god. Especially if you're someone who's not really read a lot of comics before, I think you'd be like really into Saga. Kind of like how like it shows like Cowboy Bebop are kind of like the non-anime fans' anime. Saga's kind of like the non-comic book fans' comic book. Flux says, I think I'm gonna buy the Hunter x Hunter, or Hunter x Hunter manga. Okay, bet. Isabel, hey, welcome back, Isabel. Flux says, I've been rewatching it now, I want to read the rest. Dope, dope. Yeah, speaking of Hunter x Hunter, in my get moving like morning time playlist, I have Departure, the opening theme from Hunter x Hunter, on that playlist. I am proud to say. I am bold to say. He says, oh, thanks, man. Oh, yeah, of course, no problem, dude. No problem. Isabel, while you were gone, we were talking about favorite movies, TV shows, and comics and stuff. If you wanted to chime in, too. Even though like my hands have been moving this entire time, I low-key almost forgot that I was painting bases just now, guys. Spirited Away. An undeniable certified hood classic. Final answer? What? Oh, you're saying, oh, I thought you were naming something else. Oh, Final Answer, Spirited Away is your final answer. Yeah, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Very classic film. The two of us actually during Ghibli Fest, y'all, we saw Spirited Away in theaters, me and Isabel. Isabel, that's my girlfriend, by the way, for those of you who are newer here and don't know. Yeah, we saw Spirited Away in theaters back during Ghibli Fest. I had never seen it in theaters before, and oh my god, I don't think I ever want to watch it outside of theaters again. Like next year for Ghibli Fest, I might have to go back and watch it again. God, I just, hold on, no, I gotta stop thinking. I'm getting all teared up thinking about finally getting to watch that movie on the big screen. That was huge for me. That was huge for me. That was huge for both of us. I cried, and I don't cry in a lot of movies. And even though like I had seen the movie before a few times, you know, like, the impact. Spirited Away, best movie, methinks. So valid. So valid. Yeah, it was an excellent theatrical experience for sure. I will say, the worst movie I've ever seen. The worst movie I've ever seen was this it was on Netflix. I don't know if it was like it went straight to Netflix. And Gray, feel free to chime in with this one. It's this movie based on a manga called Hot Gimmick Girl Meets Boy. That movie is a hot fucking mess. I cannot recall a single plot point from it because I do not think that there is a plot to that movie. But it's one of those things where it's like, you may not remember the details, but you'll never forget how that movie made you feel. Like, you would, like, if you ever watch Hot Gimmick, you will literally never forget the experience of having watched that. Godzilla Net says, I haven't watched Spirited Away. Well, I highly encourage you to, Godzilla Net, if you ever have the opportunity to. Also, sorry if things are a little awkward tonight, guys. I think the latency is a little bit higher than usual for whatever reason tonight. So sorry if I'm like slow to reply to y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Flux. With that's Ghibli Fest. Yeah, where they like screen a different Studio Ghibli movie every month from like July to October. Because October's movie is always Spirited Away. Because they always re-release that one around Halloween time in order to stay on brand, you know. So yeah, I saw during last year's Ghibli Fest, we managed to go out and see Spirited Away, and we also saw Princess Mononoke last April, I want to say. And Princess Mononoke is my favorite Ghibli movie. Which isn't to say that Spirited Away isn't the best one. I think Spirited Away is the best one, but my favorite one is Princess Mononoke. I have a friend here in the city who recently just got back from a trip to Japan, and her favorite Studio Ghibli movie, her favorite Studio Ghibli movie is Nausicaa, of the Valley of the Wind, and so she bought some figurines from a gift shop. Well, no, from the Studio Ghibli store, Studio Ghibli store in Japan, the one you see like everywhere on TikTok and stuff. And then she texted me because she was like, Christian, I bought this Nausicaa figurine set in Japan, and I didn't realize you have to paint the figures, and now I'm upset. Could you please paint these for me? So, there you go. Got our first paint commission ever, boys. And if y'all are interested, as a sort of like break from the Warhammer stuff, I could do that on stream, but I also might just bang it out offline too and share it as well. Actually, I think I might do that because I'm thinking it just might be faster that way, because she had a pretty quick turnaround. She said she wanted to, have them back by. Yeah, I was excited though. No one has ever asked me to paint anything for them before, so I'm excited to give that a shot. Hopefully do well. Have I Godzilla Nid, have I ever watched Evangelion? Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. Evangelion, I've seen that show so many times. Not so many. It's like, the answer is like 4. It's like my first couple rewatches, and then I showed it to 2 different people, including my sophomore year roommate when I was in college. I'll never forget the night that we got to, I won't say what the plot twist is, but we got to like one of the more major plot twists toward the end of the show. And I'll never forget the look on his face. He was like, he had to like leave the room. He was like pacing around the room. He's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. I think if I say like Godzilla Nid, if you know what I'm talking about, where they're like, it's not this, it's that, without saying like specifically what the this and that are, I think you'll know which moment I'm talking about. Not sure, but let me know. But yeah, that was the moment that like blew his mind. I was like, yeah, man, that blew my mind too. But yeah, I love Evangelion. I've seen Evangelion, seen End of Evangelion, I've seen all the rebuilds. I am so excited that we're finally getting 3.0 plus 1.0. I'm so ready for that movie. It's been so long since everyone's been like, you know, started going like, oh my god, where's the 4th rebuild movie? I gotta go back and watch the other 3 rebuilds, because it's been so long now. I've kind of forgotten what happens in terms of like the deviations from the original storyline. Yeah. Evangelion, where they asked the question, what if kaiju believed in God? It was the OG Godzilla goes to heaven and kills God. No, I'm kidding. Although one could argue that is the That actually is the plot of Evangelion in a sense. Where can you watch the rebuilds? So let me think. So I know back in the day I watched them on Kiss Anime. I don't remember. Is Kiss Anime still up? Did they bring it back, or is Kiss Anime down still? If it is, or if it is, then you can watch it on there. Otherwise, gosh, I don't really know. I don't know where you can watch the other 3 rebuild movies. That's where I remember watching them back in the day. So I don't think they were ever on any like official streaming site like Crunchyroll or anything like that ever. And I know 4.0 is coming out. 3.0 plus 1.0 is coming out. Yeah, that's right, guys. It's not 4.0. It's 3.0 plus 1.0. That one I know is coming to select theaters nationwide. So we'll be able to watch that in the theaters. But in terms of the other 3 rebuild movies, I'm gonna have to look, and I'm gonna have to do a little bit more digging, a little bit more research on that. In fact, I'll look right now because I'm about to take I'm gonna take a hydration break here in a little bit. Let's see. Evangelion 1.0. You are not alone. Here we go. You can watch it. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can watch the other 3 rebuild movies. Okay. That is the first I've seen of that. Saves me the trouble of trying to find a Kiss Anime website or, some variation thereof. Yeah, I just saw that too. Godzilla. See, there goes that latency problem again. Yeah. Check that out. That is good to know. I might have just figured out what I'm gonna do this weekend, or at least on my Sunday. Gonna experience the full spectrum of cinema. We're gonna see Super Mario movie. We're gonna watch Evangelion. 2 movies that could not be any more diametrically opposed in terms of style, tone, color, everything. Let's see. Oh, yes, hydration break. Where's my water bottle? Alright, friends, it's time for a wee bit of a hydration break. Don't forget to drink water, guys. Whew. Whew. That was a good hydration break. Alright, what time is it? 8:33? Oh yeah, we're definitely finishing this tonight. Eva 01, the only kaiju with a gun. Oh my god, yes. Isn't there, I forget what it's called, but isn't there a Godzilla movie where, like, Godzilla has a kid? It's like Godzilla has, like, a son. He has to, like, give fatherhood a shot? Or am I making this up? Miniella is in Son of Godzilla. That's what it is. Okay, gotcha. Wasn't there there was a Godzilla fighting game that came out like years and years ago, right? 'Cause I remember seeing I think it was like on Corridor Digital's gaming channel, they played it. It's one of the like older gaming channels that I remember watching gameplay footage of that on. I don't remember, but I remember there being a Godzilla fighting game, and Godzilla Jr. appears in versus Mecha 2 versus Space Godzilla and versus Destoroyah. Okay, gotcha. I remember one year I was at Otakon in DC, and there was this cosplayer there who was cosplaying as Mecha Godzilla. He was on stilts and everything. He was really committed to the bit. It was dope. Godzilla Save the Earth. I think that title does sound familiar. Godzilla Saves the Earth. Godzilla Save the Earth or Godzilla Unleashed. Let me see. I'm gonna look into that in like 2 seconds here. Let's see here. Let's see. Yep. Oh wait, no, this one's like from 2004. Maybe it was Godzilla Unleashed. Let's see. No, it wasn't that one either. Hold on, let me find it real quick. (2002). No, that game's too old. Oh my god, what was this game called? I don't know. Maybe. Oh wait, hold on. No, I found it. It's just called God. It was the PS4 Godzilla game from 2014, made by Bandai Namco. That is the. Oh wait, is it the one I'm thinking of? Let me see if these images shape up with what I'm thinking of, or match up with what I'm thinking of. No, this is it. Yeah, this is it. It was the PS4 Godzilla game from 2014. Yeah. It was the one they made to tie in with the movie that had like Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen in it. Yeah, that Godzilla game. That's the one I remember seeing. It was a tie-in with the 2014 Godzilla movie. Or was that 2013? Ah, whichever. That one. You know, speaking of though Evangelion and Godzilla, did you ever see Shin Godzilla? Godzilla did? Okay. Shin Godzilla is a Godzilla movie made by Hideaki Anno, who is the director and creator of Evangelion. And it's just about as cool as it sounds, especially if you know Hideaki Anno from his other work. Or from his like body of work, especially Evangelion. Yeah, Shin Godzilla is one of my favorite movies. Ah, I love that for you. Yeah, Shin Godzilla was a good time. Shin Godzilla was a great time, in my opinion. There's this really great Japanese comedy show called Blue Blazes, or Aoi Hono is the Japanese title, which I know I just like pronounced horribly. But basically like takes place like in this mouth, tail, and back beams. Yep. Beams galore. You want another beam? Here, take 3 more, Hideaki Anno said. I brought up Blue Blazes because like Hideaki Anno has like a character in that show, because basically it takes place like in a fictionalized version of like it's like a fictionalized biographical piece about like this guy who wants to be a manga artist, and while he's like at art school he meets like Hideaki Anno and a bunch of other like famous anime directors and mangaka while he's there, and the joke is they all make him feel like super inferior, but it's like, and he like tries to like beat them at their own game. It's a really great show, really great acting in that show too. Very funny jokes too. kind of hard to find. That one I used to watch on Kiss Asia, I remember, because it was like literally the only way I could find it at the time. But yeah, that's definitely a show worth checking out if you can find it, because it's also a very tough one to find, is my understanding. At least nowadays, because I know like Kiss Asia got shut down. Kiss Asia is where I used to watch all my K-dramas and J-dramas back in the day. That and Crunchyroll. Thoughts of Godzilla Singular Point? I have not. I don't have any thoughts because I've not seen Godzilla Singular Point, unfortunately. Sorry to disappoint. What about you, though? Would you recommend? Also, right now I'm just applying second base coats to the bases, touching up some spots that I couldn't quite hit while it was in the paint holder, which is why I'm like holding it with my bare hand here. And then we are very close to being all done, guys. We're almost at the end here. It's even killing levels of confusing. Oh boy. But it has my favorite Godzilla design. Ooh, interesting. I'm gonna do a quick Google search on that Google design here in a little bit. Okay. That room is kind of done. Let's see here. Let me just finish getting through this base, and I'm gonna look into that real quick, because now I'm curious to know what's up. Since you say it's your favorite design, he has rings around his atomic breath. Ooh, fascinating. Love me a good particle effect. So you can imagine the time I had playing Kingdom Hearts 3. Whew, that game is particle effects galore. Alright, let's see what this is all about here. Godzilla Singular Point. Godzilla Singular Point, Singular Point. Let's see. Godzilla Singular Point. Oh, Godzilla Ultima. Gotcha, okay. No, not Godzilla Ukulele. Oh, wow. Dang, this is dope. Maybe this is like a common feature across like multiple Godzilla designs that I'm kind of only just now really noticing, but like I really like how his scales kind of look like samurai armor. Like I'm looking at this right now and I'm like, dang, man, this looks like he's about ready to go fight for his daimyo. Oh, I see what you mean about the rings around his atomic breath too. See, I'm looking at this image right now. That's really cool. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever seen this Godzilla design. This is dope. This is really dope. It reminds me of... I'm trying to think. What was that one monster from Monster Hunter World? Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Final boss. Not Sharish Valda. Xeno'jiiva. Xeno'jiiva. The at least like the way like his scales were sort of glowing, his back scales were sort of glowing in that one shot reminds me of Xeno'jiiva, who has one of my favorite monster designs in the Monster Hunter series. Never got that far into Monster Hunter World Iceborne though, so like I did not end up ever fighting the Xeno'jiiva myself. I should get back to playing Monster Hunter. I miss that game. Monster Hunter used to be like my whole life years ago. Loved me some Monster Hunter. I think I have like 500 hours in that game. Gotta go, we have a family friend. Okay, Godzilla, thank you so much for joining in, fam. I hope you had fun, and hope to see you again. Take care, enjoy your family friend, and have a good night. Everyone say good night to Godzilla Nid. If you're here, if you're listening. Peace out, homie. Take it easy. Peace out. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So that's that. All right. Alright, and then one last round of touch-ups right here. And we'll be very close to being all done did. All done did, all done did. Oh, and also, Isabel, if you're still here, I don't know if you picked up on it based on like their username, but Godzilla Nid is also an avid Tyranids fan. In fact, we were talking earlier about how like you have Tyranids and everything too. Godzilla Nid's favorite models are like the horusheresy and also like the Maliceptor too, some bigger bugs. I think they were the ones I pointed out to the one time we went to the store. Let me correct that statement. One of the several times I dragged you to the Warhammer store. One of the several times I dragged you to the game store. But yes. What is this? It is an email notification. Ignore. What time is it? Wow, it's not even 9 o'clock yet, guys. Wowie. It is not even 9 of the clock yet. Let's see. Alright. Also, while we have a quick moment, can I just say, guys, I am very proud of myself for the TikToks I've been putting out lately. I've been having a lot of fun on TikTok, I'm not gonna lie. Nids, yup. Yeah, I've been having a blast making little short form content on TikTok, and now that I know how to make shorts out of my stream clips from scratch, definitely gonna be making some better versions of those here too. Yeah, low-key, I believe in TikTok supremacy. Isabel says, sorry I'm not as active in the chat, helping Kirsten take out her braids. Oh, no worries at all. Do not worry about it at all. Happy you're here watching all the same. Vibing with us, you know. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight once again. Don't forget, if you haven't already, to please leave a like on the stream if you like what you are seeing here so far. Don't forget to smash that notification bell too if you haven't already. That way you get notified exactly when I hit the go live button. That way you don't miss a single second of the action here at Chimera Games. youtube.com/@ChimeraGames. Right here. Okay, so at this point, I think I am willing to call these done. However, there's low-key something that I want to try I'm just gonna experiment with one model real quick. Just gonna take a model. Just got a nasty score on Osu, nice. What was the score and on what song? What I'm going to do is I'm not going to take Nuln Oil, I'm going to try and take some very thin Black Templar, and I want to see what happens when I apply it to some of these more, like, terrain-heavy bases that I've made. Because what I'm thinking is I can get some really nice, like, really nice pop out of these. Okay, Circle Boy. Yep. That's Flux, Resident Circle Boy, because he plays the game with the circles. That being Osu. To those of you who are not familiar. Osu is one of many a fun rhythm game I've tried. I used to be a much bigger rhythm games guy, not so much anymore, but I do historically have a really large admiration for rhythm games. Yeah, I'm gonna take some really thin Black Templar here. I just 5 missed the song Die from Ruby. Oh my god, Ruby. Yo, Ruby. I have not thought about Ruby in like years. Like, literally centuries. Wow, you just unlocked a core memory for me from like middle school / early high school, dude. Oh yeah, see, actually that looks quite nice. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna apply some really thin Black Templar across all of our little happy little terrain bits here just to make them pop a little bit more, give them a little bit more depth. Yeah, I think I really like the way that looks. I think I really like the way that looks. I'm gonna maybe apply some of this all over the, I'm gonna thin that down even further actually. Apply some of this over top the gravel too. Yeah, man. Here we go. Give that some shadow. Okay, yeah. So I think I'm going to do that across all the models then. I've decided. Since that was a very successful experiment. But that is what we are going to continue to do. A bunch of songs from Ruby and Osu. Yeah, I can imagine. Is Ruby still like ongoing? Anyone know? I haven't like checked in with Rooster Teeth in like, again, in like years. I've never watched it, but the soundtrack seems solid. Yeah, I remember the soundtrack being very solid to the show myself back when I was like in my prime of like watching it. I think I fell off after like the 2nd or 3rd season. So it's been a really long time since I watched it last. Yeah. Oh, I like this song. I mean, it'll take note of what this song's title is. This one is this is Jellyfish Bossa. Jellyfish Bossa, that's what it is. Love me a good bossa nova moment. Another fun fact about me. I know, Red vs. Blue was the best boy Rooster Teeth Red vs. Blue was the best boy Rooster Teeth I really watched. Yeah, same. I was really big into Red vs. Blue back in the day. I mean, we all were, because we used to talk about it all the time, too. I never watched Genlock. That much I know for sure. Which isn't to say I think like it looked bad or anything. I just never watched it, like I said. Was the only route I had a feeling that's what you meant. I just thought that Best boy Rooster Teeth was a funny phrase, so I just rolled with it. I remember Paul, Tom, and Hudson were all hella into Ruby. Oh yeah, I remember that too. I remember that too. Gosh, Paul, Tom, and Hudson. Hope they're all doing well. Haven't thought of those guys in like ages. For those of you who don't know, me, Ultralord, Flux, Gray, we all went to high school together. They're my friends from back home. Ye old DMV. Best friends for like shit. For me and Emilio, we go back to like the 4th grade. Me and Flux, we go back to the 4th grade. Me and Ultralord to the 6th grade. So that's what? It's 14 years for Flux and I. And then like 11 years, no, like 12 years for Ultralord and I. Same with Gray too, same with Gray, 12 years. It's a long time to be friends with people, you know. But boy howdy am I grateful for it. You may now all collectively awe in the chat. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to do that. And Jordan, 4th grade, yep, exactly. I didn't mention Jordan because he's not here right now, but yeah, Jordan too. And Janine, who's also in here regularly too, was a friend of mine from my school days. Also met, well, we met in the 7th grade, so it's been like 11 years of friendship for us. Yep. I remember, Flux, remember when we used to like sit in the corner during reading time and read Diary of a Wimpy Kid together? And like draw in like our own little edits? You chick. Okay, look, Gray. Hi, look. Oh, hey, man. I didn't see you there. Well, I mean, I didn't see you there because you weren't, you didn't send a chat or anything yet. It was good. How you doing? Ayo, Jumpman. Never forget Jumpman. Ooh, we got the marble swirl going on in the paint water right now. Feast your eyes. Please do not attempt to consume. Yeah, y'all two have known each other for a really long time. 18 years. God damn. God damn. Green. We'll never let you live Jumpman down, my guy. I'm so sorry, but we're never letting you live that one down. When we were all in the story behind Jumpman is we were all in the 7th grade, not 7th grade, in the 11th grade. Gray and I were in English class, and we had watched a bunch of movies that year, and like we had like a project assignment where we had to like create a trailer for a fake movie that would be like a spin-off or like spiritual successor to like one of the movies we watched in that class. So like one of them was like The Godfather Part 1, another one was like Do the Right Thing. So we chose Do the Right Thing, and kind of like mimicking like the parts of the movie where the camera like goes to like different like characters living in the neighborhood, and like they do like their little like talking head segment to the camera and stuff. We did like a thing kind of similar to that, and in that one we had Jordan play a character who was like an star athlete and stuff, and his nickname was Jumpman. And so there's a line in our trailer where we went like, "Hey, yo, Jumpman," and there's this like really funny moment from our bloopers. Why putting that out to the world? Because I don't know, blame Gray. They're the one who reminded me of it. And I'm here to tell silly stories from my youth. in order to connect with the people. Anyway, there's a funny blooper from like our project where like Janine, like she's trying to say like, "Ayo, jump man," and she flubs up the line, and we're all like, and just like derailed. They're just derailed shooting for like a solid like 10 minutes. Oh, that was a really fun project. Then we had like a whole like award show and screening of all the projects in the school auditorium. It was a lot of fun. S tier high school music. No, S tier high school moment. I agree. It is hilarious. That's why I'm telling the story, man. That's why I'm telling the story. What just happened? Music. You good? Oh, that was just the end of the song. Okay. Cool. I was getting worried there for a second there. Oh my god. Also, boys, when we playing Uno again, I'm kind of hankering for a game. Maybe this weekend? Y'all want to play Uno again this weekend? I'd be down for a game if y'all got the time. I need vengeance from the other night. Please grant me proud winner of the best picture for the 2017 annual Wengies. Damn right you were. King's Gambit. Well, I remember was the title of your project. Now look at you. Whole ass film major at DePaul University. Look at you. Good shit, man. Am I invited in? Gray, do you have Uno? Because if so, then yeah. I say so. I might be able to play. Okay, bet. Gray, I'm so sorry I forgot that you play video games. Just because you are so busy with so many things lately, you know? I always forget that you play video games. Or at least that you still have like your Steam account active. I haven't seen you active on there in a minute, you know? Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Well, friends. Hopefully I'll be moving to LA around August. Oh, bet. I'm almost done with production now, so I have more free time. Okay, bet. Free time in quotation marks. Not really giving us the most, like, which is why you can visit tomorrow. Oh, right. Let's see. Yeah, okay, West Coast moves. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, guys. Give me like 2 seconds here. I'm adjusting my camera real fast. Wow. Okay. Can't believe I'm finally saying this, but guys, we're done. We are finally done with these Sisters of Battle. Finally, after a full 24 very eventful hours of painting. We are finally done. Wait. Wait a second. I forgot I told myself I'd go back and redo this code. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, friends. 2 seconds. All right. Now they're done. Now they're done. This painting project is now finally, officially a mission complete. Can we get some let's goes and dubs in the chat for a finished project? First finished project here at Chimera Games together, guys. Let's fucking go. Here they all are. Boom, boom, boom. I move my screen out of the way so they're a little easier to see. Oh, don't do that. Here, let me move myself to this corner right here. Yeah, guys, check it out. They're all done. 10 gorgeous Sisters of Battle. And of course, you can expect to find a picture of these on my Instagram, which, by the way, speaking of, guys, my social media links are located down in the description below. You can find my Instagram and my Twitter down there. Twitter is mainly just me, like, you know, tweeting random thoughts and also giving you heads up about when I'm about to go live. And also, my Instagram is where I post pictures of all my work. You can see all the painting projects I've done up until this point on there. And this will be the first one since I started streaming that'll be going up there, so I'm really excited to post these pictures at some point. So stay tuned for that, y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here for this painting project, for this process. How was it, guys? I hope y'all had fun. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your kind words. Appreciate the congratulations and all. Oof. Wow, wow, wow. Good stuff. See, I love it when a project comes together. When you're starting off with a painting project, it's like they always like look a little weird to you because you're like, you can't like see the whole thing yet, you know? But then you get to the end finally, you're able to look at them, you're like, wowie, these are dope. Like, these are the first models I think I've ever painted where they have like no visible flaws. Maybe it's because I actually like, I don't know if it's because I took the time to correct all my mistakes or if I just made fewer mistakes or a combination of both. Probably a combination of both, but yeah. There we go. Sisters of Battle, y'all. Oh. Thank you guys for the 10s out of 10. Alright, so let's go back. Hold on, let me put my face cam back where it normally is real quick so I don't have to worry about that later. I hope I don't regret moving that when I go to edit this later into a short. Alright. So that's the project. So, continuing on. Time to think about, oh, hold on, let me move my chat window. Oh my god, sorry guys. I did not realize I, hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Oh, chat. Okay, let me go back and see if that, okay. For some reason that got moved over here too. Oh, OBS. You fickle thing. Okay. There we go, perfect. Awesome, all right, cool. So, we're done with our Battle Sisters. I think continuing forward for our next project, I still want to stay within the Sisters of Battle army, because I want to like sort of get a move on with my 2,000 point army expansion. But I have an important question for y'all. So I think Celestine's still going to end up being like one of the last projects we do, so we're not going to go to her right now. But out of curiosity, I would like y'all's input. Bear with me for a second while I get some things off my shelf over here. And oh, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Oh my god. Okay, that didn't fall. Okay, so Dude, I don't know what's been going on, but I've been playing League of Legends more. Help. I'm so sorry, dude. There's very little I can do for you. I would advise you seek professional help for your League of Legends, for your League of Legends relapse. I'm afraid I'm not qualified to help you out with that, my guy. Okay, so here's my question for y'all. Do y'all want to see me work on this Castigator tank next for the next Sisters project? Or would y'all like to see me work on these Celestian Sacrosanct Elite Infantry as the next Sisters project? Decide in the chat, please. Because I don't think I can do polls on YouTube. Oh no, yes I can. Yes I can. Oh my god, wait, okay, hold on. Stand by, guys. Oh, this is dope. I literally just discovered this feature. Hold on. Next project. This is going to be the poll. Option 1 is going to be tank or elite infantry. Here. I'm going to send out a poll. Oh, well, I mean, everyone seems to kind of unanimously say, I was about to say, yeah, I can't, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I found the poll option eventually. Yes, so. Looks like the tank is winning by a landslide, so I think the Castigator here is gonna be... I should have known better, honestly. Alright, bet. So we'll work on the Castigator next, and that'll be nice too to have like a sort of single model project to work on, you know? A little bit more focused, you know, it'll be nice to just be able to like paint a single model kind of straight through. Might even enable me to like stream for longer stretches of time too. Potentially, we'll see about that. Don't quote me on that. All right, Grace, see you later. Yeah, feel free to head out now because I think I'm going to sign off for the night. I think to celebrate the completion of our Sisters here, I think I'm going to sign off early. You know, give y'all back the rest of your night. Keep this stream kind of short and simple and sweeter. But yeah, okay. So our next project is going to officially be, because it's definitely winning by a landslide in the poll. We're going to do the Castigator next, guys. Did I set a poll, an end time for the poll? Hold on. No, I didn't, but I'm just gonna end it now, because I'm pretty sure the tank's gonna win. So yeah, Castigator tank, gonna be our next project. I'm gonna set that aside for now. I'm excited to work on that. I've had that sitting on the shelf for a few months, so that's gonna be nice to finally get to that. I think I've had it on there since like December or January. So yeah, we'll do the tank, and then we'll do the Celestian Sacrosancts next, I think, and then... at that point, might be time to work on Celestine finally. So there we go. Oh, thank you, thank you, Isabel. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight here at Chimera Games. I always have a really fun time hanging out with y'all over stream. Thank y'all once again for helping me to get to my first sub goal of 50 subscribers. Help me get to 100, guys. Please share this channel with everyone you know. Share it on your social medias, especially if you like what you see here today. Everything you can do to support really goes a long way to help me out. So please spread the word. Please spread the good word about what we do here at Chimera Games. And of course, if you yourselves like what you saw here, don't forget, of course, to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell. You know the spiel, you know the score. And yeah, we'll see y'all back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right here on Chimera Games at youtube.com/@ChimeraGames. Stay on the lookout, y'all, especially for my TikTok. That's kind of like where I'm spending like the bulk of my social media time nowadays lately. I post pretty much every day on TikTok now, so I'm having a lot of fun with that, and it's currently my current social media obsession. But of course, I'll be also on the Instagram and the Twitter as well, especially going to be posting the picture of these completed sisters, the official photo op, the official class photo for the sisters is going to go up on my Instagram. And yeah, hope y'all stick around for more, because we got a lot of things in store for the future for this channel, and I'm looking forward to going on the journey with y'all. So in the meantime, take care, live well, be happy, and don't let the bastards grind you down. Peace.